welcome back. I want to talk to you today about comparisonitis. So do you find yourself scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to other people in your field? I get you. It is completely normal. It is so common, it's unreal. I think everybody does it. Comparisonitis, sitting there comparing yourself to other people in your field, other people doing what you're doing, other people in business, for instance, or other people that look like they've just got their shit together. And you're sat there then, looking at yourself, doubting yourself, the little green-eyed monster comes up, or you've got your gremlin of self-doubt, and it's literally picking you to pieces. You start feeling down, you start feeling upset, you start feeling like you can't do it, and imposter syndrome kicks in, I'm not good enough. All of the things show up for you then when you're comparing yourself to other people. And this is something that I've myself done. I've had clients come to me that do it. I literally had a conversation this morning which inspired me to do this video. Today, actually, a conversation with a client this morning who has been looking at other people within her field. She's a coach and she's looking at the other coaches within her field and comparing herself to those people, how far they are, how much they seem to be succeeding. And then she's looking at herself and thinking, I'm not that far ahead, I can't do this, what if I'm not good enough? All of the things were showing up for her. And I reminded her of all the times that I'd felt like that, and what to do about it. Or I was reminded even of all the times that I'd felt like that and what I did about it. So I went on to share with her exactly what I've done. And these are the things that I think are really important when it comes to comparisonitis for you to remember and for you to think about. The first thing I want you to think about is everything is not always as it seems in the world of social media. It's just not. People don't share every up and every down. They don't share the hard times as well as the good times. And people can quite often be, disillusioned in everything being okay. I mean, the amount of times that sometimes I get, people saying to me, it's okay for you, you've always got your shit together, you're always okay, you're always, everything's fine. And it's not. I share my downs as well as my ups, but sometimes you don't always see that. If you've missed a story, if you've missed a post, if you've missed a video of somebody being actually things aren't always that great, then you can just see the upside. And sometimes you don't always want to see the bad side, you don't always want to see the downside. You're always looking towards those times in people's businesses and careers and successes. That's all you can see. You can't see anything else, and you're comparing yourself, or you don't see anybody else's bad times as bad as your bad times. Your bad times are always worse, right? In your own head. So the first thing I want you to do is just remember that. Remember that things aren't always as they seem. Not everybody will share their every moment, or you won't see everybody's up and everybody's down. It doesn't mean that they don't have them. It just means that you've either not seen it, or you've missed it, or they're not sharing it for whatever reason. So please remember that. The second thing I want you to remember is I want you to remember to stay in your own lane in the nicest way possible. Put your blinkers on, head down, and stay in your own lane. So one of the things that I learned very early on in the start of my business was that I was getting really overwhelmed and comparing myself quite a lot when it come to, I was subscribing to lots of different mentors and coaches, and there is hundreds of amazing, fantastic mentors and coaches and inspirational people out there that we can follow. However, it's not always good for us to have so many conflicting opinions, for one, so many people to follow, for two, like there's so many people, so many bits of advice to take on. Some people will do it like this, some people will do it like that, and you're like trying to take on everything and trying to figure it out for yourself, and it can be really overwhelming. So something that I learned early on was to just literally follow a few. So I would pick one or two, sometimes three maybe, people that I really, really resonated with and I really loved to follow and loved their advice, and it worked for me, and I could implement that into my business and my life. They were the people that I stayed on their their email list, I stayed in their social media groups and communities, and the rest of them I took away. And it's not that I don't like them, I didn't want to be around them or have them in my space, or I thought bad of them. It's nothing like that. I just resonated with 2 or 3 more people more than I did the rest, and I literally stripped back. I unsubscribed, I left groups, I left communities, I unfollowed just for a little while until I picked myself back up and I stopped comparing myself to these people. So I stayed in my own lane, just with a few people to follow for advice and inspiration. That is all. So staying in your own lane enables you to stay focused on you and your business. So the one thing that you do need to be concentrating on is your own audience. So your audience will resonate with you if you get it right. If you stop trying to be all these other different people and trying to, mold yourself into all these other people because they look more successful than you. You stay in your own lane, you serve your own community, your own audience, and that's how you make it work. So staying in your own lane, remembering that people, everything isn't always as it seems. And then another thing that I want you to concentrate on is where you've come from. So how far have you come? The only thing that you should be comparing yourself to is yourself, is a previous you. Where was I 6 months ago? Where was I 12 months ago? Where was I 5 years ago? Where was I yesterday? How far have I come? What is happening in my life today that wasn't happening 6 months ago? Everybody's situation is different. So when you're looking at these other people online, their lifestyle is different, their past is different, their experience is different, their qualifications are different, their audience is different, everything is different. Everybody's situation is completely different, and that's what you need to remember. So the only thing that you can compare yourself to is you. And they're the 3 things that I would be super clear on when it comes to comparing yourself to anything or anybody. So stop the scroll, stop comparing yourself. If somebody is triggering you, if there is somebody online, even you could be so happy for them, you could be really, really happy for them, and you don't wish anything bad or unhappy to land on them. You're so happy for them to succeed, but they're triggering you. Just unfollow them for a little while. Just unfollow them for a little while until you've picked yourself up and you've strengthened your mindset when it comes to comparing. Stay in your own lane, unsubscribe from those people and unfollow those people that are triggering you or that you don't resonate to as much or resonate with as much, and go towards those people that do. And then sit and be grateful for how far you've come. I want you to ask yourself this at the end of this video now. I want you to say to yourself, I'm proud of you because you have come this far. And remember, you haven't only come this far to only come this far. Stay in your own lane, head down, blinkers on, serve your audience, and stop comparing yourself to other people, because you